What is up, you guys? It's Stowe Wilson here from iHollywood TV, where you can catch our next guest in the new musical release, Stuck. Please welcome the super talented, the oh so lovely Ashanti joining us through VI Skype. What is up, Ashanti?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Ashanti, I must say this has to be the best to do an interview right from home, right?
It is the best, the most convenient. I could just have no shoes on and just chill out and answer the questions.
I know. Okay, so let's get started then. So, let's touch on the New York City musical Stuck, which is a film that played in theaters this year and is actually, coming to DVD and on demand. This film, I have to say, is a wonderful reminder of the power of music that brings people together in this troubled world we live in. So how is it like to, be part of this project?
It was such an awesome opportunity. The message, although we filmed this about, was it about 4 years ago now, the message was so prominent then, but I feel like it's even way more prominent now. You know what I mean? And that's when you have a piece that is crucial and it's important and it's vital, for our culture to kind of see. So I was really, really happy just reading the script and seeing so many different layers and elements that so many people can relate to.
Definitely, for sure. Well, I'm happy that you're a part of it. I think it was perfect because, we've been knowing you from some time now in the music biz, and we're going to get into your career in music and all that good stuff a little later in our interview. But let's go back to the musical Stuck, but let's talk about your character. So in this film, you play Eve. So what are some of the challenges that we'll see her face in this film?
Whew, Eve has a lot on her shoulders, I must say. Just being a female in this society, living up to expectations and where she's come from, and her being in an interracial relationship, and we all go through, someone has been cheated on. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
Whatever facet of life, you've been cheated on once or twice, and just dealing with the humility and then the outcome and just decisions that are life-changing decisions that you have to make on your own. You know what I mean? And just having to wake up every day and still focus and have a job, but then have all of these personal things happening and be unraveling inside, So she's just so relatable and so down to earth. It was really cool to play this character.
Definitely. I think that's, too, what really is making this film so popular is because there's so many issues that we see in this film that so many people can relate to because it's happening in our own world today. And I just think it's great to see a film like this because, we're able to relate with the characters and what we're seeing on screen,
Absolutely. And not just Eve, everyone's character. Like there's someone for everyone. And I think that's what makes this so special. You have a Mexican man, you have a white man, you have a white woman, you have a black girl, you have an Asian girl, you have a white guy. Like it's like, you know what I mean? And it's just so true to what so many millions of people face every day, the whole aspect of being stuck, which has a double entendre. Just being stuck on a subway in the dead of summer in Manhattan is like a nightmare. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all of those frustrations and stereotypes that come out because you're frustrated because you're stuck and you have things to do in life, but you are forced to deal with this. And I think as a whole, collectively, that's what the musical is about. It is forcing you to deal with the issues at hand. And I think, it was an awesome platform.
All right, so let's talk about your music and where it really all began for you. You became the hottest R&B act of 2002, and you're still on fire today, crushing it. But, this was with your debut album titled Ashanti, which broke sale records for female recording artists. So what was your initial thought process when you knew you were breaking sale records?
During that time, I really didn't understand exactly what was going on. I had to keep reassuring, like, okay, is this a good thing? They would throw out the numbers of the sales and what we sold and what was happening on radio. And I was so new and so young, I genuinely didn't understand. So I had to keep asking, like, is 500,000, is that like a good number? Like, I'm not really sure, So I was so naive, in an innocent way. you know, and it made me grateful now because you can really, really appreciate it. Just, you know, having been an artist that has come out and put out so much music and, you know, and I'm super humbled to have had so much success and just be blessed and loved and have a lot of amazing people to support me. So I think I appreciate it now more that I understand it, you know, and just understanding this business and the highs and lows and, you know, watching things happen in my career and other people's career. I think that, again, I'm just super blessed and super humble, you know, to stand on stage and say, hey, I still hold that record. And hey, that was awesome. So.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, like I said, on all the success you've been able to do in your career. But, you know, being where you're at today in music, what is something that you always tell yourself each day or start your day off, you know, as you're still beloved, like I said, by so many?
Just being grateful, you know, praying and just staying humble and staying motivated. You know, there are so many people that are going through crisis and negative things. You know, I just pray for positive energy, positive people in my life, and to just stay focused, you know, continue to build my brand and my empire and just continue working, you know, and do what I love. You know, again, it's nothing like receiving love. You know, like I landed today at the airport and there was like a group of kids. They were like, they had to be in their teens, like late teens. They had to be in like high school. Yeah, the end of high school. One guy spotted me and I heard the chitter chatter, you know, like, I think that's her. No, that ain't her. Yeah, I think that's her. So one of the guys just came over and he said, you know, hey, are you Ashanti? And I'm trying to be low, you know, I got my hoodie on. And he said, I just want a hug. Can I just hug you? And I gave him a hug, and they all came over, and they took pictures. But it was such an amazing feeling. You know, I'm just, you know, little old me coming back home. And to receive that genuine love is an amazing feeling. It's a blessing.
Getting your start in music, I mean, nowadays, there is so many different ways that people can get their, you know, start in the music industry. You know, back in 2002, I'm sure there wasn't as much as it is now, like with everything involving social media. And, you know, now we see, you know, artists that want to make it and they're hustling and they're out there grinding every minute and they're posting cover songs and they're, you know, writing their own music, getting into the studio, hustling. Now, what is some advice, you know, you would really give to those up-and-coming rising stars? You know, I mean, we see some of these up-and-coming stars that go on competition shows. You know, they are out here really wanting to make it, and they're going hard for it, you know, all through the power of social media.
The advice I would give is to stay focused, keep going, don't get deterred by the internet trolls, you know, stay determined, you know, have faith and do things that are outside of the box. You know what I mean? There are millions of people that are uploading stuff to the internet every day. You know what I mean? If you're trying to get signed or you're trying to do your own thing and, you know, you want to start out as your own and develop an independent. And, you know, I think it's just really important to stay consistent.
Definitely.
It's a very visual world. You know, you got to put visuals out, whatever it is you want to do. I don't know if it's just about being an artist and singing, whatever facets of life, you know, be persistent, be consistent. And again, stay with your visuals and interact. I think those are important things.
Some good advice out there, you guys, to all the up-and-coming social media stars or musicians. That's some advice that you can take from Ashanti and go with it. Like, you know, I think a lot of people, they think you know, they really want it badly, but they don't want to put in the work and they think it's going to fall out from the sky. No, that ain't going to happen. You got to put in the work. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So let's talk about your latest release that you collaborated with Afro B on your single Pretty Little Thing. So how did this come about? You collaborating with him?
Well, basically, I did a, okay, how do we go back? Trying to put it all together. Okay, so I was on vacation in Turks and Caicos, and while I'm away on the island, I always love to like snap where I am, snap what I'm doing. I had my little bikini on, and I put music to my snaps, and I had a record playing, and my sister was like, you know what, you should play that new Joanna record, that new Afro B. So I used the record, I snapped myself, posted it, and the post kind of went everywhere. And Afro B and his producers DM'd me, and they were like, hey, thanks for the love. You know, we're big fans. You know, this is our new record. And that DM turned into, hey, I have beats. Hey, we should work together. Hey, we should do something, you know? And that's how it unfolded. Super organic. And a little while after that, I ended up doing a collaboration with Pretty Little Thing, and I released a bathing suit line, which my sister designed. And we wanted to put music for commercial and roll it out with the campaign. So that's kind of collectively how all of that came about.
Look at you, Ashanti. You were doing it so successfully. You were killing it. I love it. Yes, I do. Well, congratulations, like I said, on all your success. Be sure to go catch her new single, you guys, Pretty Little Thing, and also catch the musical Stuck. It's on demand August the 27th, and you can get it on DVD on September the 17th. So be sure to stay tuned for all that awesomeness. Ashanti, thank you so much for joining me on the show. It was such a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you so much. You too.
All right, take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.